Hello, good afternoon to my first live Wednesday wellness chat. This is so new for me and it's so exciting. And I've got a great guest appearing on today's connection. I'll just firstly introduce myself if there's anybody new there. My name's Jessica. I'm a Reiki master living in Hanoi, an energy worker, I'm a meditation guide, an essential oil wellness advocate, connecting with my inner self and intuitive guidance. Over several years, I've learnt to flow with my inner journey, and this has led me to support and guide others on their wellness lifestyle. So do let me know that you can hear me okay. Otherwise, there's no point in me continuing. So Wednesday Wellness is a door I initially opened in my home in Hanoi. I invite friends to be guided with an energetical meditation. We share wellness tips, bits of advice, additional tools like essential oils we use. And this group of ladies have gone on to have a wonderful journey of self-growth. They've tried Reiki, they've also moved on in their life and even channeled things such as writing and little blockages that were occurring in their life. So this Wednesday Wellness was to share more with a wider audience, enjoy a weekly wellness live chat, and each week I'm going to have a guest, be that a friend, a Reiki client, someone I'm working alongside with, a friend who's got a similar business. Each week will be a theme, and this week's theme, my energetical theme, is grounding, which you'll learn more about. If you've got any questions, you'll learn more about it as we go along. You're going to learn the importance of grounding, how we tune into grounding, so stay plugged and learn more. I'll just share my experience going back to my childhood. When I lived in the UK, I'm from Manchester, a vibrant city of culture and music, but also very close. The suburbs are all close to the countryside, so you get to escape very quickly to open space and grass and countryside. This is something I grew up with, and it was easy to access in the garden or a short walk out, and my dad was an outdoor guy and often took us out to the mountains or the fields and hiking and trekking. And it really taught me young how important it is to escape to nature, to slow down and connect, breathe in nature, be at peace. And that's our theme for today. So now I'm going to introduce my first guest. Just let me see if I can get her on here. Are you there, Chantal? She'll be coming in. And we're just going to share who Chantal is. She's coming now.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
dear. Nice to see you. Your lovely home. Wow, so beautiful on this day. I feel grateful just looking at that.
It's good to see you, Jess.
So I'm just going to share who you are and how I know you and where you are.
Okay, well, I'm Chantal Phillips from Healing Fire. I'm originally from Toronto, from Canada, but Hong Kong has been my home for about 20 years now. And I first learned Reiki in 1995, but I have been teaching and practicing Reiki as well as other energy healing and wellness courses since 1997.
Wow, long, long time. You're a woman of great experience. So I'm just going to throw a question at you because our theme today is grounding. And you actually
taught me a lot on my journey of grounding. Chantal is my Reiki master teacher. So we've been connected since I started my Reiki journey 2011 in Shanghai. I took Reiki 1 with Chantal. And it was through that my awareness of grounding became much more conscious. And I started to look back and think, well, that's why I do enjoy to be in nature. So how would you describe grounding?
I guess if I sum it up really simply, really clearly, it would be just the state of being centered, being present, and I guess being level-headed. That's
Yeah.
really, to me, the simplest definition of it.
Yeah, so a stillness in a moment that's, yeah, peaceful, yeah. So you can
Yes.
catch up from the outside world that can be quite busy. Yeah.
And I guess, and of course, well, we know this. Life's always going to have ups and downs. Things are going to shift, even by the day. But you'll find that when you're grounded, you are able to see things much more clearly, and not just get carried away by things.
Yeah,
So
definitely. So do you want to share any of your techniques daily or what you do to ground?
sure. Okay, now obviously, I use Reiki a lot for my grounding. I'm sure, as you're aware, but
Has
but but I'd like to share some ways that I guess anyone can practice grounding. So not only for Reiki practitioners. Um, so you already talked about one of the ways, which is to spend time in nature.
Mhm.
Um, and a lot of people in Hong Kong say that this isn't possible because, oh, well, where? They have to go to a country park or something. But actually, even just going to a local park, just sitting on a park bench for 10 minutes and really maybe just focusing on a particular tree that you might like, or anything like this, but just focusing on even the small amounts of nature around you. But we can still do this. So I think just being in nature, going for a walk if you can, if you're in a place where there is even natural setting, and just really breathing deeply and enjoying that. So
Yeah.
this is a really easy way to do it. Another way is to do a grounding meditation.
Mhm.
So, one way is, I guess, that you could do a guided meditation. I mean, there's so many meditations out there, so it's just a matter of you just test them out. Find one, that you really like. Um, and this is especially good if your mind is really, really busy, because I find people who are not well grounded, their minds are so busy, it's actually really hard for them to sit and be still. So a guided meditation is probably going to be better. Another thing to do is to,
It doesn't have to be long. And because some people may say,
no,
meditation, I cannot do that, but just 5, 10
yeah,
minutes. And when it's guided,
yeah.
it's very easy, yeah.
I mean, I'll be really, I'll do like a little shameless plug here. I listen to my own guided meditation for grounding if I want to, because it's so quick. It's
Yeah.
5 minutes. It's nothing.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I share your meditation to Reiki clients and ladies who come for my Wednesday wellness because it's just
oh, good. Because exactly, it's as you said. I made it because I did have so many clients who were saying that they just could not deal with the meditation, and I thought, okay, 5 minutes, and so it's quick. It's really easy. Another thing you can do is to strengthen the first chakra. So now, if you're a Reiki practitioner, of course, you can just apply Reiki to the first chakra. Of course, the legs and the feet also. But anyone, you can just sit quietly and imagine like a ball of really brilliant red light at the location of the first chakra. And you can just, as you
I think we've there you
for a moment,
yeah.
but just imagine
Meditation.
that the first chakra growing and really glowing. An obvious thing you can also do is to learn any energy practice. If it's not Reiki, but, what about something like, yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong? I mean, all of these are energy practices. So anything that's going to better connect you with energy in general is be really excellent for grounding.
Yeah. And even simpler, you started off by saying these tools, they're on our doorstep, yeah? If you go to a park nearby or people have gardens, you have a rooftop, and like your home, if you put plants in the home, yeah? This is
Yeah.
a good tool, just simply to connect and have them around you and bring that energy inside the home, and it helps you to be close to nature. And doesn't really have to be grass. I recommend some people, because we're limited with grass in Hanoi, it's a very flaggy city,
Here,
so stone or sand, anything that's of a natural resource, water,
yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah, and even things like to walking barefoot is
Yeah,
excellent for grounding.
yeah,
So this is this is an excellent thing people can do. It doesn't have to be on a beach.
yeah,
But just, being mindful of just, walking barefoot, allow yourself to really physically connect with the earth, with what's under your feet. But, and as you said, even, at home, if you have even the tiniest plant, you can even hold this and even just to meditate on that. It's very, very simple, but it is a good way to ground. When you don't have any other options, there's always
yeah.
something.
I like the bare feet. I often, because we have wooden floors, natural wooden floors, so I like always to feel. And then when I go back to the UK, I always have to go out into the garden, particularly in my dad's home, and I love to plug into the grass, be outside, and travelled around the UK to visit family. My aunties once said to me, "You always have bare feet." Like, yeah. I just love it. It's like I feel really consciously connected with the bare feet in the house, moving around.
Yeah, but they do say that for a really good grounding, like if you're going around in bare feet, they said that actually asphalt isn't good. It doesn't. You're not actually. It's not conducting the earth energy. So cement is fine. For floor tiling, if it's especially ceramic tiling, this is really good. So for you it's perfect. You've got wood. So something more natural, and it's excellent. But yeah, I love to go barefoot, even though in Hong Kong they often think, oh wow, it's a bit, your feet might get dirty or something like this. And, yeah, those are washable. I'm here for the grounding actually.
So another quick question. So how does grounding benefit you in your daily life or your job or your lifestyle?
Well, like we said at the beginning, it does really help me to stay in the now.
Yeah.
So, because I do have a busy mind, not a frantic, crazy mind. I get a lot of ideas.
Yeah.
I think a lot. I mean, but sometimes even that can sort of I will have almost too many ideas, too much going on. So I think, no, need to focus. So it helps me like that. It helps me to stay more practical. It also does help with patience. Because I'm not a naturally patient person. Reiki has been immensely helpful for that. I'm so much more patient than I used to be. But I'll still have little moments, and I just think, I just breathe into it and just be aware of where I am in the moment. And just,
So triggers. So we can't manage always the external factors that go on outside our home. And sometimes you feel whether it's energy related or people related or place related. But if you're grounded, you're consciously grounded. I ground every morning before I leave the house. I recommend it to clients and friends. Definitely more people, so you don't have the trigger, reaction trigger when something can stimulate you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
centering. Yeah.
And but something you mentioned in helping with my, oh, sorry,
No problem.
there was a delay. Um, in helping, in a sense, with my work, I'm self-employed, and if anyone who's self-employed, you know what it's like. There's no boss. You need to be self-disciplined.
Yeah.
Every day you're going to do all these different things, and even if it's not about work, even if you just have these different practices you like to do every day, it still takes self-discipline. And you'll find when you're grounded, that self-discipline comes much more easily.
Yeah, definitely. Like
Yeah.
you said, it slows you down, so you get to filter, yeah, your day or your
Mm,
organization, and yeah.
yeah. And also, I
Another,
guess also, huh?
oh,
No, I was going to say, even on, but in the emotional level, you'll find that your grounding does keep you emotionally more balanced and calm, steady, but also it helps to maintain your personal vitality.
yeah.
It really does. This connection and by keeping the energy really clear like that, you're getting that chi coming in. It really does keep you like bing, nicely charged.
So from that point, I'd like to just quickly chat about how important grounding is for children. You know,
Mm, yeah,
children are young, they're energetic, they're playful, they're fun, but they're also very vulnerable to energies, yeah, very sensitive.
yeah,
So they can get carried away. And we have
oh
children
yeah,
with attention deficit, we have children with autism and such.
yeah,
So it's a great tool to
yeah.
teach children
And
how
and
to grow.
and you find even in the group energy. I mean, all of us are affected by group energy, but you'll notice, as you said, because they're so sensitive, you see it much more like with kids.
Yeah,
So they'll get into a group, and maybe if the group is a little bit, hyperactive or just overdoing things, they'll all quickly get into that. But you'll find that if they're more grounded, yeah, it's not so quick that they get pulled into stuff like that, or they're not going to get crazily, carried away.
yeah. And I think that a child is easy to make that decision whether they want to participate or not. You know, if
Yeah,
they can sense the vibration within the group of children and they're grounded or they've learned some tools, like children can do this through doing yoga, yeah, or even just
yeah,
climbing a tree,
yeah,
connecting, but they become more conscious, yeah, of being and not get carried away. Yeah, very,
yeah.
very effective for children. So,
Mhm.
I'd just like you to share then what you offer for your business. You can fire
Okay.
away what you share. Yeah, anything.
Well, thank you. Well, before I do, I guess I just want to say one more thing about grounding. I just want to talk about the signs of not being grounded,
Okay.
because I'm sure you encounter this also, Jess, when you're doing your treatments, that there are so many clients who actually don't even realize that their grounding is very weak or very poor. They have no idea. When
Yeah,
I tell them this, many of them are surprised, but then when I describe the symptoms of it, all of it makes sense to them.
yeah,
Um, so I just want to talk about the ways a person can tell, especially if they're not really sensitive to energy, they might not notice what's going on. Um, so if the grounding is weak, this manifests as a person being very unfocused,
mm-hmm.
um, forgetful, very easily forgetful, impractical, pretty much the opposite of the stuff we were talking about earlier, the things we enjoy about grounding. But also you often get like a person who's always all talk, no action,
Yeah,
um, and lacking in vitality. Honestly, I have never met a person with good grounding who was really lacking in vitality. Um, and another big one is being accident prone.
I
So
get
if a
that.
person is,
So,
yep, if
yeah,
it's really good indication for me as well. If I'm, going about my day and I'm bumping into stuff, I think, well, that's not normal. I shouldn't be doing that. And then I will think, my grounding's a bit off. So I'll
Yeah.
take a few minutes, rebalance, and then I'm good to go. But you'll find with people who describe themselves as accident prone, or other people describe them this way, clumsy. So it's not just something that happens every now and again. For some people, it's all the time, and they have really, really weak grounding. So so for anyone watching, if they do see these signs or notice these things in themselves, then yeah, they can, as we've already discussed, lots of different ways that they can ground themselves. So I think it's important to also know like the warning signs.
Definitely. And then we'll add to that that grounding isn't just something you do one time or every 6 months, or it's something you've
Yeah,
got to do every day, yeah? And
yeah.
sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, because you go out, you've been in a busy place, like for me in Hanoi, we go to the Old Quarter, which is crazy with traffic, people, everything, noise. You want to then come
Hmm.
home and just reconnect with yourself because you've been
Yeah.
displaced a little bit.
Well, I guess it's a sort of a thing of, when people, I've met people who say, "Oh, I had my chakras balanced last year, so I'm fine." And I think, "What? That's not how it works." So yeah, but you're right. It's the same thing. Something in your day can really, if there's something sudden, it can throw you off, throws your balance off. So yeah, just taking a few moments just to center and ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Thank you for
really, that's it. Thank
so
you. Well, thank you for inviting me. And I guess, yeah, just for a little bit about, what I do. I guess if people, they'd like to know more about, exactly the work that I'm doing, because as I've said, I'm, doing healing sessions. I'm teaching all these different courses in Reiki and space clearing. I do readings. I do all types of things. But they're very welcome to visit my page. I'm healing.fire or even my website, healingfire.com.
yeah.
That's it. There's lots of info there. So,
Yeah, I get off the link from your website if I ever need your grounded meditation for anybody. It's
okay.
very accessible. Okay, my friend Ailey just joined. Okay, so we won't keep long. We've been on 20 minutes, which was a nice time.
Okay. The time has flown, Jess. It's been lovely seeing
Oh,
your
thank you.
smiling face, and I'm really,
Wednesday Wellness live chat. I'm sure we'll get you on another one with your amazing experience. Um,
thank you.
those these Wednesday Wellness lives are going to appear once a week this time, and each week will be a different guest. So plug in next week.
Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you, Chantal.
Okay, yes. Thanks so much, Jess. Bye bye.